G'day everyone, Matthew Gibb here from Matt's Magic Detail Tech on YouTube from beautiful sunny South Australia most of the time. What I have here is Glare Zero, Glare Advanced and Menzerner Super Finish 3500. Now these products are what you need at minimum to perform what I call exterior trim permanent polishing or ultra long term polishing in most at least. So the Glare range I've been using since 2002, 3, around there somewhere, and I've been doing exterior trim with them since 2006. And basically I've been performing using these by hand, by machine, on vehicles exterior trim for customers, wiper blade arms, roof rails on Subaru Liberties, rubber seals between the front windscreen and rear windscreen and the roof, basically, and the exterior trim around the windows on cars. Not every single trim material, you've got to know which ones you can do, which ones you can't, but this is what you need. So basically the reason for the Menzerner, about 22 years ago I started using Menzerner, got rid of it in 2009, but one thing it does excel at, whether it was the old PO87NF product or it was the PO106FF or this one, which is probably virtually the same product, it just works really well on exterior trim. Now I'm going to show you shortly in this video, and I'll probably do another one as well, what you can do with this, and I will go through in another video how you do it. And I'm actually going to be working on, I've started working on now, testing every single piece of foam material I have got in my collection from the last 30 years of detailing, plus what I'm getting in sample wise from a bunch of European manufacturers of foam chemicals to make foam, basically, and create an exterior trim polishing kit that includes basically hand and machine application pads that work the best on all the different materials. So basically Glare Zero is a chemical deep cleaning product. It will fill swirl marks in paint for a long time if you lock it in with the advanced, but it basically, consider it like basically an in-ground dirt, oxidation and other contaminant removing product. On paint, if you machine it hard enough, you can actually chemically soften the paint, and you can take out, you can reduce orange peel to some degree, you can take out some things that compounds just can't do. But on trim, it will take a dull, faded, oxidized, chalky piece of trim and strip all that crap off that even abrasive polish can't. You obviously use it in conjunction with this. You could use Sonax Perfect Finish as well, and any kind of polish that's basically a light cut to a finishing polish you can use. If you use anything stronger than that, you will degloss the actual surface, or you will actually strip all the coating off and stuff it. And Glare Advanced is basically consider it an ultra high gloss polish sealant / glaze that fills but doesn't actually wash off. It's got fillers in it like the Zero that will not come out away for like 6 to 12 months. So by using these with different grades of foam and certain techniques, by hand, by machine, mostly with rotary by machine, not random orbital, you can achieve a dark satin finish, you can achieve a high gloss finish, or an ultra high gloss piano black finish. So let's show you what I mean. Here is my 1995 Toyota Celica I've recently purchased. This is the trim around the windows. There is some damage that I can't fix that's just too far gone. It's a 30-year-old car, but originally this trim was dull and it basically was as flat, or this colour basically, and is now permanently a piano black finish. These are almost to that point. They've also got a bit of water spotting, etching damage, which I haven't been able to remove fully, even with acetone and a magic eraser, but it's a lot better than what it was. This has been done, and these have been done. Now this is a different material than this, and it won't have the same gloss, but it's at least darker. Now the wiper blade arms, you can definitely do most of them, not all of them, but you can do most of them, and you can see what that's achieved just by hand. It was basically a flat finish, more dull, probably as dull as that before. Now the best one is this one here. This has again been done by hand, and you can see how glossy and reflective that is. Now, besides maybe these dropping off a little bit in colour and clarity and richness, basically they'll be like this forever. So if they dull off a little bit, all you need is a little bit of Glare Advance with a black foam pad or a very ultra soft foam. Give it a quick rub, wipe it, it's going to be like that again, and it will be good for another year or two. Depending on the material, it will either be like this or it will be like this. So it depends. Now, there are materials you cannot do, and those include, I'll give you an example. Some trim mouldings around the windows like these just will not come up. There's nothing there to bring up. It's a flat finish. Some of these you can, some of them you can't. But the main ones are the wiper blade arms like this. You might darken it a fraction, but that's about all you do. You're better off using a trim paint or a trim dye and then a coating or a fine lab plastic black or something like that on it. You cannot do these. They're probably like a polypropylene or some other material. Anything very textured, it will not work on. It will work to some degree on these. It will definitely work on those. And it will work on these and these semi-textured ones, as you can see. This was done 5-10 years ago by hand. It's still good today. And of course, not those, but yes, these. This car needs a serious clean. So that's an example of what you can and can't do. But as you can see, if you've bought a vehicle that's got very chalky, very dull looking flat trim, you have the power to make it darker, high gloss, or stupidly glossy. It just comes down to what the material is. Now, these ones are going to be done too. They'll be getting done by machine. I don't think these will be as dark as what this will be, but it will at least be black, not brown or grey. So that is basically what you need to do this. And then in the next video, I will show you exactly how to do it and what's involved. And the reason for, again, if I have mentioned it before, for sharing this is these are very old products. The Zero has been updated in recent years. The Advance has been out for probably over a decade. Originally we only had Glare Pro Polish, and then we had Infinity. This is Advance is even thicker. It's got even more silicate ion in there. And if you create a bit of temperature with it on a rotary by machine on a surface of trim, it will cement itself on there like concrete, and it will literally hardly ever have any chance of fading ever. My Falcon outside was done 15-16 years ago with this, and with Pro Polish Infinity, that's been done with Advanced in about 7 years ago, and they literally have not faded one bit, and it's had plenty of UV exposure in that time, and they have never ever gone dull. So the result will depend on what the material is, how glossy you can get it, because they're all different, and obviously some last longer than others. Some of the ones out there that you will drop off a little bit will be your wiper blade arms, a little bit, just a quick little hit with Glare Advanced every so often, maybe once a year, and you're fine. Side mirror plastics that are semi-textured, I've got them on my Toyota 86. It's taken 3 years for them to drop off a little bit, quick little buff by hand, back to perfect again. So they will never go back, if you do it by machine, they will never go back to their original finish, because you've removed a layer of material, of carbon black or black paint, and you've created a whole new surface, and you've enhanced that surface. It can't go back to being dead flat anymore. So there you go. So if that's something you like to do, this is what you need. Thanks for watching, guys. More tips and outside the box stuff from the Gloss Guru, or the Pad King as some people call me, very soon.